Edgar H. Schein, The Corporate Culture Survival Guide. Dive into the world of organizational culture with Edgar H. Schein's The Corporate Culture Survival Guide. Understand the crucial role culture plays within an organization and discover how cultures form at various scales and levels. This summary will help you grasp the concept of artifacts, espoused values, and shared tacit assumptions that together form the cultural foundation of any organization. Additionally, you'll explore topics such as modifying organizational culture, identifying dysfunctional assumptions, facilitating dialogue among subcultures, and addressing the challenges specific to mergers and acquisitions.
The importance of culture in organizational life. Considering culture is essential in making decisions and increasing organizational efficiency. Failing to acknowledge cultural differences can lead to unintended negative outcomes. Understanding the influence of culture allows for anticipation of consequences and informed decision-making. Understanding culture in organizations. Culture is shaped by artifacts, espoused values, and shared tacit assumptions in any group of people with common experience. The organization's history, values, beliefs, and assumptions contribute to its culture, which affects how people interact and achieve their goals. Understanding culture is crucial to succeed in any organization. Espoused values and artifacts may not align, leading to deeper culture-driving behavior. Shared tacit assumptions, which come from success, make up the essence of any culture. Culture is broad, deep, and stable, and its elements are invisible, making it challenging to change quickly. Finally, the structure of an organization reflects its culture, and cultural analysis is vital to catalyze change. Assessing company culture. Learn how to assess an organization's culture using a 4-hour exercise developed by an outside facilitator. Defining a specific business problem, identifying artifacts, values, and shared assumptions, and comparing them can expose deeper levels of culture and help attain goals. Repeat the process with other groups to gain a complete understanding of shared assumptions and how they affect the company's performance. This exercise is useful only when tied to a particular issue and can't be assessed through a survey. Start unlocking your company's culture today. Creating and adapting organizational culture. Creating a successful organizational culture is vital for any new organization, and it is largely influenced by the founder's behavior. The culture of a young company evolves over time through diversification, complexity, differentiation, and integration. Organizations adopt their founders' beliefs, and members cling to their assumptions, making it difficult to change the culture unless a major survival crisis arises. It is important to evaluate the culture to identify any dysfunctional assumptions, but they do not necessarily have to be given up. Instead, the organization should be aware of them so they can compensate for their consequences. Rather than starting with changing the culture, it is recommended to begin with recognizing the business issues the organization faces and then assessing whether the culture aids or hinders resolving these issues. By being aware of the evolution of the culture, an organization can provide insight and guide its development. Managing organizational culture. Learn how to manage subcultures, address anxiety during succession, and become a successful culture change leader. As companies expand, subcultures arise, and each subunit develops its unique culture to adapt and flourish, sometimes diverging from the core culture. Encouraging dialogue and understanding among subcultures blends the main culture with specific beliefs and improves cohesiveness. However, midlife challenges, like succession, cause anxiety and identity concerns that must be addressed when designing transition procedures. To manage cultural changes effectively, leaders must become outsiders in their own culture and identify its strengths and weaknesses. Founders, in particular, face the challenge of questioning their assumptions despite previous success. Mastering the effective management of organizational culture is difficult but essential for long-term success. Changing corporate culture. To transform a corporate culture, disconfirmation is necessary to upset equilibrium and create motivation for change. Anxiety about corporate survival needs to outweigh learning anxiety, which can be reduced by providing a positive vision, formal and informal training, role models, support groups, consistent systems and structures, and practice fields with coaches and feedback. Change leaders must become marginal in their own culture to recognize strengths worth preserving and maladaptive assumptions requiring change. Clear goals and a well-articulated vision are essential for success, and learners must internalize new behavior. People who value their group may revert to old behavior, while those who value new concepts may leave the group. Changing culture in mature companies. Changing organizational culture in a mature company is complex, with deeply embedded structures and routines. However, a planned and managed change process can be effective in shifting assumptions and behaviors. This may involve creating a steering committee to assess the old culture and implement the new one. In times of crisis, an outside turnaround manager may be brought in, but this entails risk if the manager is unfamiliar with the company's present culture. Success is more probable if the CEO has a history with the organization and can convert employees to the new culture. Nevertheless, turnarounds involve replacing major culture carriers and can take years to implement. They also do not guarantee success since the new culture may not meet the company's needs. If it does, however, the company learns from new successes and evolves with a new culture. Ultimately, changing culture in a mature company requires a careful balance between effective planning, management, and leadership with a deep knowledge and understanding of the organization's structures and people. Navigating cultural differences in mergers. When two companies merge, their cultures collide, and coexisting subcultures emerge. Without a genuine culture assessment, the risk of a cultural mismatch can be as significant as a financial mismatch. Successful mergers require organizations to engage in a strategic, goal-based dialogue that focuses on understanding each other's cultures, identifying differences, and reflecting on the underlying assumptions that cause them. This process should be low-key without a need to win arguments or prove points. To speed up cultural learning, joint efforts must be created, leading to the emergence of a new culture as the organization learns from experience. Building a strong culture. Culture is a crucial aspect of any organization, but oftentimes leaders fail to recognize its depth and importance. Rather than attempting to create a new culture, focus on identifying the issues your organization faces and determining whether the current culture hinders or helps in addressing them. By building on the strengths of the existing culture, you establish a solid foundation for improvement. Adopting a cultural perspective not only allows for a clearer understanding of the world and conflicts, but also promotes humility and wisdom. Remember, a successful new approach will only be internalized by your team if it is proven to be more effective.
In conclusion, the Corporate Culture Survival Guide enlightens readers on the importance of understanding the intricacies of organizational culture and its impact on efficiency and success. As you've seen throughout this summary, culture influences an organization's mission, strategy, goals, error detection and correction, reward distribution, and interpersonal relationships. Being aware of your organization's culture can assist you in making strategic decisions, adapting to changes, and fostering better relationships among various subcultures. Embrace a cultural perspective, build on the strengths of your existing culture, and become more insightful, humble, and wise.